Let's go.
Tom Murphy!
That's nasty.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
Deep snow.
All rise. Order in the court. It's court time. Update time, right?
Creed. Yes, it is. It's back to live, back to reality, Creed. We had a case last week of young Heidi Hoffman. You remember her? She was the only person in America still quarantining for 10 days.
That's right.
After the C word. And Judge DiSanto was not very happy with her.
No, I think remember we almost had her take a test of her fever.
Yes, she wanted a fever test. So a brief update at the beginning of our video, and then we're going to venture into something that if you've been keeping up with any of the DiSanto stuff that I've been posting in uploads, you'll know this guy very well. His name is Mr. Brownley. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Brownley has been arrested at least in front of DiSanto at least 5 to 6 times.
Oh, wow.
First time he was brought in that I know of was with 2 very unattractive young ladies.
Unattractive?
Very unattractive.
What made them so unattractive?
They were mother-daughter. Facial features, I guess.
Okay.
Would be what stands out as my reasoning for their unattractiveness.
All right.
And the whole time they were in, the whole in front of DiSanto, they were on their little screens from jail, and they were doing all these loving hearts and I love you. I love you. And we find out later on that they're mother-daughter and that he had worked with both of them at the Burger King. And I guess they just got wound up in some drugs and some possible stealing, just a whole litany of things.
All right.
They get out, do the whole thing. Then they are all back again, same ones with a new person. And we find out maybe there's some selling of love, things like that going on as well.
Wow. All right.
So this is after that, or he has been released. And he's supposed to step up in front of Judge DiSanto, but he appears on Zoom, and that causes a problem. So we're going to see that, the fallout from that, as well as his next appearance. So we're going to get really 2 appearances by Mr. Brownlee in front of Judge DiSanto, and they are not friends. Not in the least.
And they are not family to our own past, just so you know, even with the same last name.
Yes, no relation.
No relation. So thank you. $3.99. Good start. Appreciate that.
Hell of a start. Thank you, son.
All right. We ready to jump into some court?
Let's get this update out of the way and head to Mr. Brownlee.
In the matter of Heidi Hoffman, 231540.
We're on the record actually on 2 matters. That appears to be a formal hearing. The number you just called.
No, it's up for a hearing because it was a bond violation hearing. She pled not guilty. And so she entered into a plea on October 31st.
Yes, Your Honor.
Scheduled the sentencing for December 6th.
Yes, Your Honor.
There was a bond violation that was alleged, and it was set for November 15th.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's the day that she was here, claimed she had COVID, went to the doctor.
Yes,
Also allegedly told my staff members,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Mrs. Hodgkinson.
Damn, Steph, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday.
This is happy birthday.
get to court or the doctor or something for her mom and son or something of that nature.
I agree with
So there are lots of different things that were said. Then there was apparently a doctor's note that she was here last week for because we had adjourned it to November 22nd.
And Your
She
Honor,
apparently claims that she was still ordered to isolate, which typically I haven't heard that since 2021. And in any event, claimed she had a low-grade fever and all of that. Further, she finally sent over a doctor's note of some sort. And then we set it to today's date and for her to test.
That's correct, Sean. And the whole scenario. She called me that morning, actually, that morning, saying, back last week. That's why she was on Zoom.
I understand,
We
yes.
went all through that. I agree on it.
Yes.
But I think the case number, if you look on the docket, I know we have this matter scheduled for today, but the case number that you read,
Right, it says hearing,
hearing,
yes.
but
It's not a formal hearing. It just doesn't have all of her other cases on it, on the docket.
okay, Your
It
Honor.
says hearing, but it only showed for.
Hey, what's up, Biggin?
Also showed for the. other
Can you pause that real quick, Creed?
matters, but
I will say this. Biggin, I love Biggin. Biggin is my favorite YouTuber when it comes to the whole law realm. He is my absolute favorite. I'm going to take a second to say I'm excited because he lets us into his life. His son's a wrestler, not the kind of wrestling that I like, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right, not that kind of wrestling.
Not that kind of wrestling, but he is into the wrestling. And Biggin, I love keeping up with you and your family. And I would tell people to go subscribe, but I know they already are. Amazing guy. Awesome channel. He was sick recently, like we are now, Creed. I'm not going to allege he gave it to us over the internet.
It's entirely possible because
But
of
it's
that
good. It's alleged.
whenever you're sick, I get sick right after.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I just want to take a second that. And Mrs. Hoffman is a complete liar. I will say that.
We all do that. Chuck in Tennessee, thank you. 5 gifts to the main channel.
Thank you, Chuck.
I mean, we knew, again with the fever. Remember, the note that she kind of.
Oh, she had the note real handy. She's like, "Yeah, it's right
Somewhere.
It's definitely here somewhere."
She was off camera looking for it, and then she submitted it.
Are you still looking? Yeah, I'm still looking.
And judge was kind of like, just kind of let it go.
Mm-hmm. She's full of shit.
Allegedly. Hello, you.
it didn't. So it's just showing hearing. Otherwise, it would have probably shown as formal hearing. But I don't know. In any event,
I just want to
there's
make
not
sure.
a formal hearing. It's a bond violation.
I understand
Yeah.
that. Okay. Because, can I get my file? I just.
JG, it is the wonderful Heidi.
Don't worry.
Looks great.
She's doing great. That's a great picture of her, by the way. And I can hear
Lovely.
I can hear
When
the
we weren't sure if she had a wig on because her hairline kept going back and back and back.
If anyone knows what kind of wig she was wearing, if it was allegedly, please send us one. We'd love to wear them one day.
Great idea.
See,
Nancy.
only a month. Nancy, seems like you've been here forever.
Oh, look at that, Sue. In honor of Bigot, I like that, Sue. More people should do that. Thank you for the 10 bones. Best car parts known to man in this world.
Pick up yours at a beautiful auto parts store near you. They don't carry Callahan. They're not worth shit.
Yes. Exactly. This makes the Party City. Party City's still around? It's still
Is it really?
Terminator.
Term.
Mikey.
Creed.
Would you like some water?
Would you like a slice of pizza? It just got here. It's fresh and hot.
Can I get you a bologna sandwich?
So yes, you're right. Correct. That is the case number, and I do understand.
Flusha.
And
Another
so
single man on the list.
Mm.
Flusha did say he's single.
It sure was scheduled for 1:30.
I've been here.
Remember,
And
we thought that Flusha was a lady at one point.
the
Mhm,
court that Ms. Hoffman was ordered to test on October 31st.
Very quickly, is Party City owned by Spencer's and the Halloween store? Because if that's true, if they are, which I for some reason think that they are, that makes sense, Ashley, because over on Westinghouse is their big ass distribution center.
For some reason, I always think of Party City and Spirit Halloween as like being one and the same company.
So I think I'm pretty sure it is. I think those three are all the same. So that would make sense why there's still a lot around Charlotte because of distributions here.
Did not even show up to test until November 2nd. So that's also the violation.
Yes.
Yes. So, and obviously in the other violation that we have from methamphetamine.
That's correct.
And amphetamine, I don't recall if she had a prescription for that. But anyway, she's not here. She's ordered to be here. It's 3:40 and therefore a warrant's going to issue.
Yeah, she didn't show up.
No
I
surprise.
did notify her of these proceedings when we last went to court. Also, Your Honor, I also called her today, left a message on her answering machine, and I also texted her that she was being recorded.
Also hit her up on AIM. She didn't say anything, Judge.
All right, the court's going to note that based upon Ms. Hoffman's previous failure to appear and leaving on her own without any communication with any court staff or approval, the court's going to order $10,000, 10% bond warrant issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As soon as I get any more info on her, we will have yet another Heidi update.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And she looks as stunned as we are. Same with
Can you
the
tell me your name?
lawyer.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is David William Brownlee.
Brownley?
That's what I thought you were, Mr. Brownlee.
Hmm.
You're home?
I am, yes, ma'am. I'm close to bond.
She hates him.
Why are you on Zoom?
My paperwork for my my bond said to do this appointment over Zoom.
If you were in person, or if you were still in custody, sir, you need to make your way into the courthouse.
I don't have that capability at the moment. My bond agent told me to.
I was wondering if is this a flex here with the crutches right there? Is it like look at me
What?
and really hurt?
I don't know if it was a flex. It's definitely oh, Judge, I'm going through a time. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got crutches right here. Like
for Zoom for this
Tiny
morning.
Tim.
Brownlee file, please.
A long time piggy.
Piggy. Can't you see?
Okay, I need it.
He's supposed to be in person. His paper, though, said Zoom.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, it's just another one.
Wow.
They tend to do that a lot, don't they? They just not show up to court.
Is he at a Hard Rock Cafe?
Was in the event you were in custody. If
There's
you're not in
guitars on the wall.
Walking around Hard Rock Casino, I get to this. Understand, it's so packed Christmas Day at Hard Rock Casino, as you can imagine, and it's already a jam. It's one of the 10 largest casinos in the world, by the way. I mean, it's massive, but they have every square inch is packed. Anyways, all the way in the back corner, I'm walking through. I'm like, why are all these people standing in line? Where are they? It's the Hard Rock Cafe inside of the Hard Rock Casino. It made
Finest cuisine in town.
Yes. You know what it was? They have a noodle bar there. I shit you not, the entire day that we were there, it was a small little restaurant inside there. There must have been 20 or 30 people the entire day that we were there into the nighttime lined up. There must have been 20 or 30 seats inside there. So I'm like, these people that are waiting in line are waiting for it to completely turn over before they can even get into the place. It must be amazing.
Must be.
I've never been to a noodle bar. Have you, Melanie?
If I'm posted bond, does that mean I'm not in custody?
Yeah, that's what it means,
Oh,
dumbass.
sir, you're out of the Wayne County Jail, correct?
Correct. But I just don't understand why my bond agent had told me.
I'm sorry?
I just don't understand then why my bond company told me to report over Zoom for this meeting.
I don't know why your bond, so you had a
Just a little.
bail bondsman post your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't know why they told you that. So, because it shows, and I'll show you, it does show on Zoom, but that was an event you were in custody, sir. So you need to make your way here into court.
I don't think I would make. I'm in a motel in Romulus, Michigan, near the airport. I don't think I would make it in time by
Wait,
walking.
what kind of motel is he in? Like Mikey pointed out, there's guitars on the wall and everything else. They have motels.
Ceiling fan, all kinds of stuff.
That don't look like a motel room to me, there, Mr. Brownley.
Thank you, Gary. But yeah, I can't make my way in. I'm on a hotel lockdown.
You can tell just by the way that she answers him that they've had some
Ooh.
run-ins. We'll see. It's true.
Maybe it's a fancier hotel than we're used to, Creed.
Maybe it is. Tiny Piggy, thank you for the 10 bones. Missed you too. Glad to be back. Glad to be still
Breathing.
Yeah, if it's still alive anyway.
All due respect.
Well, sir, then you need to find a ride.
Uh-oh.
Ma'am, could you make any condolences and accept the fact that I am here for court
What?
today for my Zoom meeting?
Condolences.
And this is my
Who
only night
died?
for court today.
Somebody died?
Could you make condolences?
You can contact an Uber, you can ask somebody for a ride, something of that nature.
I don't have that money.
This is just as dumb as watching like everything autos, you know, with they tow in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, right? And the people that do with the illegal tows, they call up, go, well, what do you expect me to do? And he's like, what do you mean to expect you to do? You gotta get a ride. I don't know. I didn't illegally park. You figure it out. And my favorite is always, I'm not from here. Oh, no shit. Really?
I guarantee the Uber guy knows his way around.
That's good.
Allegedly.
Point. They could probably get you there, even a taxi, maybe.
Moment. I'm indigent. Really.
Oh,
Indigent.
well, sell a
Your
guitar.
court date is in person today.
Well, Peter, good thing is that Monday through Friday, at 1 p.m. East and 4:05 East. Just set your own alerts.
Plus, I will tell you this. If we go live if we put up more than 3 videos in a day, it's going to screw it all up. You're not going to get alerts. So we're kind of on a reset because we had a few days off. So everyone should be getting their alerts.
Should be. It's true, but it's YouTube. So
It's a legend.
There's nothing more I could do
Condolences, Your Honor.
except
Well, you
do.
can start making your way to court.
I'm telling you, the amount of distance that it would take me to walk there, I wouldn't even be able to make there until 7 or 8 p.m.
Walk faster.
I'm over 20 miles away.
Romulus is not 20 miles away, sir. You're not 20 miles away.
Ma'am, I do not wish to argue with you. I am about 20 miles away over on Merriman and Middlebelt.
Well, those 2 streets run the same way, sir.
I'm at the Wyndham Gardens Hotel on Merriman.
Wyndham
That's
Gardens.
where I'm at. That's where I'm
Nice.
located. And
they put guitars on the wall at
I have
Wyndham
no
Gardens.
other option but to do this meeting via Zoom.
Wyndham
I
Gardens.
don't have any family members or friends that can help me out today. I was instructed to do this court date today at this time on Zoom, and I am here presenting myself in a reasonable manner. Can we please proceed?
Ooh, feisty. Condolences, Your Honor.
You're 14 miles away, sir.
Damn, she did the math.
So the court instructions were in person. Unless you're in custody, it's in person. You can't take a cab, you can't take a bus, nothing.
I have no money whatsoever at all.
And
None.
how are you paying for your hotel stay, sir?
My
Oh.
family had paid for a week's stay for me, and they're paying week to week. I haven't even eaten in 3 days. I've been barely surviving, but I had to make sure that this appointment was done, and I showed.
Ann Arbor would be the closest, right, to where we're at.
That'd be my guess, maybe. When you find the Wyndham Gardens?
I'm trying to. Let's see how much a night that is.
0.0.
to the best of my ability, and here I am here. I'm even borrowing a phone from a stranger to operate this court date right now.
What? Ain't nobody letting you borrow their phone.
Stranger has allowed you to take their phone into a hotel room. And you can't get somebody to drop you off to court.
No, ma'am. I can't. My only family are my mom and my dad, and they're in their 80s, and my mother's in the hospital, and I can't get a hold of my father. My only other social support team are currently incarcerated, Your Honor.
That's them Wermans.
I'm just doing my best to survive and get through this.
His social support team are incarcerated still. That's the Wermans.
I'm surprised she hasn't offered to send a ride yet.
And like I said, I was told by Bail My Tail Services, which is the bonding agency that I went through, that I am to report for court today over Zoom, and gave me the Zoom ID and the time to be.
Bail My Tail. Bail bonds.
I am currently present.
That's a great one.
So your family members pay for you to stay at the hotel, but they won't pay for your ride to court.
Daily rate.
I don't see
They
any
gave me the
guitars.
basic necessities. Yes, I'm very lucky to have that. Okay, at 83 years old, United States Marine and his dying wife. Yes, I'm very fortunate to at least have that temporarily, and that was as best as I could do. Yes.
Thank you for his service.
I've already called my dad twice today. If you'd like, I can show for a reverse the camera somehow, or take a screenshot and show you proof that I have made attempts to call my father this morning where I was not able to get a hold of him.
And so the stranger's phone
Hold on.
is supposedly using.
He has a phone that he's been calling his father on.
That he might have borrowed. I mean, who knows?
That he says that's is he borrowing everything? I mean, he's borrowing phones. He can't borrow a ride. He's asking for condolences.
He is asking. Somebody died.
He talks about his mother and father almost in third person. He said, what was it? Something about them being military and his dying wife.
Have you ever stayed in a hotel room that had a ceiling fan, by the way?
Not one that didn't also have hidden cameras in the room. No. Never.
No.
Ever.
Bad.
They don't want to clean that shit.
Dude, so full of shit.
Can't get a fan in the bathroom, let alone one in the damn.
Oh, that's
This
true.
room.
As a smoker in a non-smoking room, I hate when they don't have fans in bathrooms in hotels.
That person just let you bring their phone right on into your room.
The clerk for the motel is a very nice lady who I have to see every day. I explained to her my situation, and I said that I'm going to be in the room for about 45 minutes to an hour. I asked her, if I could at some point give her money for it, and she said that's not necessary. She goes, just handle your business and just bring it right back when you're done.
What a trusting woman.
Sir, try contacting one of your family members to see if they'll order you an Uber to make your way to court.
I already have, and they don't have the money. They didn't even have the money to give me a $5 hot and ready last night when I asked them. This is really unfair of you, because I'm being.
Why is it sitting
I
there?
shouldn't laugh about that. I really shouldn't.
Well, great. Now you pissed off YouTube, and I said,
Apparently so. The hot and ready really sprung them.
hot and red.
That's them, not us.
I'm being as
Silver bullet. It's not really a diet do. There we go.
even have the money to give me a $5 hot and ready last night when I asked them. I'm not, and this is really. This is really.
What is it? Oh, is that? Oh, that Little Caesar.
Yeah, hot and
Right.
ready.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, because it could be sexual. It could be, I don't know, drugs.
Hey, girl, how much for a $5? Well, shit, I just said how much it was. Never mind. How much for a hot and ready?
It was for a hot.
$5, huh?
All right. So this one's a little bit. All right. So if this is the one you guys are saying it's near the airport. Let's see if it looks a little
This
bit.
guy, does it have a guitar center in it, like the one where he's staying?
I'm looking. I'm looking to see
Fair.
pictures of a random family.
Because I'm being as professional and respectful as possible in this manner. I'm telling you, I can't squeeze water from
A water
Why-
buffalo.
Why is it doing this?
I don't know. It's a YouTube video. The guys in the truck said you preferred YouTube videos, so they made sure there was a YouTube video.
Sure, we did. It's runs a little better usually. Well,
Bullshit.
This guy's
I don't know why he's just sitting here buffering. Doesn't make any sense.
This guy's full of shit. Just saying. Do you want the guys in the truck to run it, or
No.
no? This is the time where we pretend there's a technical problem in order to get you to hit the like on the video.
That's right. And tell you about all the great things we have in store for you for 405 East.
Yeah. Today is Thirsty Thursday. But there's way more than that there. We're going to cover some of the standoff from yesterday, just the good parts.
No, can we watch just the bad parts? Just
the sitting,
Yes.
the waiting.
Yes.
We cut out all the waiting like we're doing right now. We've cut all this out. Pretend this is a standoff. That'll probably really make everybody way more excited. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 do, 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 do. Do, do, do.
I'm telling you, I can't squeeze water from a rock. I'm here for court. I'm doing everything I said that I was going to be doing.
Did you say that that's not fair of the court to require you to be in person?
No, it's not fair of you and of the court to be harassing me to this level when I've explained my indigence. I'm showing.
Look at her laugh. Look at the prosecutor laughing and stuff.
Answering all of your questions where you're countering me at every turn. I'm not doing anything wrong, but being present for this pretrial operation so that I can try to move forward through this case. I have no other means there.
So let me clarify something. Your thought process that this is not fair of myself to require you to be in person is flawed. Because this court has absolutely every right to require your presence to be in person.
And I respect that, but when I
picture behind
a bonding service and they tell me I'm supposed to be here over Zoom and I have everything set up.
I'd say I think that's a Mickey, no?
It's either a Mickey or a Roadrunner. I can't tell which
Well,
one.
I see the big ears here. That's why I think it's Mickey. Seems to look like Mickey to me.
Very unusual art.
Yeah, there's a lot of BS going on, including the fact that he's in a hotel. Well, because it's not. That's
Is
pretty.
he at a Disney resort? I mean,
just think that his parents don't even want him around. They're just paying to have him housed.
Pay for him to be away from them. We're dying. Stay away.
I said, please don't interrupt me. So I'll just mute you. How about that? I ordered you to be in person.
This hotel's got a storm door, by the way.
I don't know what you're saying.
Got everything.
Because I'm talking and you're trying to talk over me. So, as I don't know who you're claiming that you spoke to because you said your mom's in the hospital and your dad didn't answer. So I don't know who you tried getting a ride from. Perhaps a nice clerk lady can find a ride for you.
The clerk lady. They call her hot and ready, yeah.
Nazi! Congratulations on 21 months and 5 to the main channel.
Many thanks.
Thursday about getting a ride and on into court.
While he's still muted, I'll say, thank you.
$2 cash.
Mr. Brownlee, just so you're aware, you're muted, so I see your lips moving and I'm not hearing anything you're saying. And I'm not going to hear anything you're saying because I'm going to handle another matter.
I understand. You're doing everything.
Excuse me. Don't interrupt me. I'm handling another matter. You can contact somebody to try for another ride.
I'm not going to say this again, Your Honor. I have nobody else to call.
Sir,
if this is your wish to bully me, to try to in your legal method to hold me up or anything along those lines, or use your court authority, but to just do whatever it is that you're doing in this moment, other than handling my business with me and understanding and respecting the fact that my bond agency instructed me to be at this meeting over Zoom today at this time, which I am to the best of my ability, and explaining my indigence in the manner.
Damien thinks that she's a real bitch. I saw some of your comments. You had to deal with this shit day in and day out. You think she should sit there with a big smile on her face while this dude's sitting here lying his ass off over and over and over again?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. She has a tone.
She does, but not to everybody.
It's a tone of she's having to assert her authority on this.
I don't see that at all.
I mean, it's bad enough she's had to walk through life with that voice. She has stuff on her vocal cords. I heard her say it. She got like a vocal melogio going on.
She definitely has that attitude and that, but I dealing with these people. I mean, Jesus Christ, she's all the right in the world to be that way. I mean, if you say that, I mean, what do you have anything good to say about David Brownley?
What about Mr. Attorney Gardner? I'm pretty sure he's staying in the same hotel, Mr. Brownley.
Yes, he
has
is.
the same amount of shit behind him.
Yeah. Anyway, she does have an attitude, but I mean, listen, look at what she's dealing with.
If not, they're gonna walk all over you.
And keep in mind, it's just this case today that we're watching. A little glimpse into her life dealing with this stuff. And also round 2, we just had the update of dealing with Heidi, with that girl. And now we're dealing with almost the same exact thing. And let's keep in mind, he's supposed to be in court right now. That's what this is all about. He's supposed to be there, not on Zoom.
In a hotel.
For what you're asking is impossible. Literally.
You're telling the court that you're currently in a hotel room.
Yes, ma'am.
You're full of shit.
I'm at the Wyndham Gardens Hotel on Merriman.
Well,
where I paid.
Behind you, it does not look like it's a hotel room.
I have all of my possessions from my house here because I can't even go to my house.
Is he saying he decorated?
My family bring all of my possessions here. I'm planning on doing a month stay at this place. This is my current home. This is where I'm trying to feel comfortable and get my life together during this process. I understand that you said that I'm to report in person, but your last court date, you did not specify anything along the lines on that transcript. I'm aware of that just as much as you are.
He has the transcript.
And when I'm following my order directive to the bonds agency, and they've instructed me to be here over Zoom, and I have that paperwork, then clearly there's some sort of issue and discrepancy in between the bonding agency and the court.
So
Stop
right now. Stop right now. Let me be very clear. The bond agency's statement to you does not overrule this court's order. Let me be very clear on that. And there's no bullying going on. This court has ordered you to be in person. The Zoom ID was in the event that you were in custody. That Zoom ID was for the purposes of the Wayne County Jail. If your bond agent told you something different, I don't know what to tell you, sir. But to say that your bond agent ordered you one thing, that overrules this court's order, you are mistaken. So I know that you've said that you've contacted other people, but then you've also said that you only have your mom and your dad. You also said that your mom's in the hospital and your dad hasn't responded. So I don't know who it is you're claiming.
I never said that I contacted other people. I never once, and don't.
Damn, they're gonna be so mad. He's moved in and put in a ceiling fan.
The only people I have are my mother and father. We're not gonna play this little war game because you're putting words in my mouth. Do you understand me?
You will not be. First of all, I don't know who it is you think you're speaking to.
No, I don't know who it is you think. I'm a human being just like you. I'm not a fake person just like you. No, I know. You are.
You will not be participating on Zoom because you don't know how to behave yourself. So he's being removed. And if he doesn't show up, then we're issuing a warrant. So, all right.
Later.
An update.
Making a phone call, Creed.
She's much better on a phone than over at 3B.
Oh, absolutely. By the way,
Thanks, Amy.
thank you, sir. She's calling the hotel. In case anybody's
Y'all
wondering.
got ceiling fans? Can I talk to that nice lady clerk, please?
Can you put that clerk woman's on that lets everybody use her phone and shit?
Yes, I was checking to see if you could transfer me to the room for guest Brownlee, Brownlee. Okay, can you tell me if you happen to have ceiling fans in your rooms?
Oh, she really did ask.
Yes.
Did you say ceiling fans, ma'am?
Okay.
Do you have guitars on your wall?
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh shit, she really did ask. I thought we were joking here. That's
I don't remember, but they assured me they don't have ceiling fans, so we know that's not where he was.
Several days later, Creed.
oh wow.
465A and B. And Mr. Goldbaum?
You're on mute, sir. He's at a real Hard Rock Cafe.
He said, "Oh, judge is like, are you at a bar right now? No, I'm
You're
in
looking
a hotel
good.
room."
Your Honor, John Goldfarb, P30758 on behalf of Mr. Brownlee.
The Super 9.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Brownlee, your name for the record, please.
Good afternoon. My name is David William Brownley.
Nah, there he is.
Okay, and so today is the date that we have Mr. Brownlee before the court. The court is going to make a record that on December 12th, defendant zoomed in. Actually, on November 30th, Mr. Brownlee was arraigned. This court issued a $15,000 10% bond. And there was a surety bond posted. And it showed a Zoom ID. So Mr. Brownlee zoomed in from what he claimed was a hotel room at the Wyndham Garden in Romulus. This court advised Mr. Brownlee he was to appear in person. And this court ordered Mr. Brownlee to appear in person. And the court, as of 4:30 p.m., defendant had not appeared. And due to Mr. Brownlee's criminal history as well as his danger to the community, the court issued a warrant immediately. The case had not been called on the record. And counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, if the court may recall, I was present in court on other matters that afternoon. I've spoken to Mr. Brownlee. I see that a warrant was issued and that bond was set at $25,000, 10%. And he was picked up, I guess, by the Brownstown or some other police department. Your Honor, I've spoken to Mr. Brownlee. He indicates obviously that this was a problem that he created. However, those problems were, and it was not an attempt to affront the court. We're asking that the original bond of 10%, the original bond of $15,000, 10% or the bond be reinstated and he be allowed to appear at another pretrial. Of course, this would be in person. Is that correct, Mr. Brownlee?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, Mr. Goldpaw, what you may or may not be aware of is Mr. Brownlee has a matter in the 25th District Court to which Judge Clifton had to recuse himself. The whole court was disqualified because
Hard to believe he can't hear her from a bar and pub that he's at.
Yeah, I know I saw some people mention it too. There was a time I had the video. I didn't share it or publish it, but it was later on talked about by, I think, Irish Demon and a few other people when this attorney was having a beverage of an adult style while on camera in his
Really?
office while defending a drunker driver.
So the fact that he's at
a bar right now is kind of ironic.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Now
It could have been just something inside of a adult beverage.
Huh. Okay. All right. Also, there's a lot of questions about her YouTube. Did something happen?
Yeah. All right. So there was a which I've seen on her channel before. It's happened several times where, all of a sudden there'll be a person in the box, and next thing you know, it's a big giant penis on screen.
Yeah, we've
seen
that gaping.
Yeah. So that happened, and the channel was terminated. Not just taken down or anything, it was terminated like immediately. And so either one of two things is going to happen. Either she'll have to make a new one or they'll reinstate it. Or she just won't come back. We'll find out come the 2nd of January, because her docket is open until January 2nd. So we'll see if she comes back at all. We'll know soon enough.
That is interesting. They picked him up on the warrant for him not showing. He didn't show up. They put a warrant out because that's what we were just watching, Kathleen, as the whole thing of him not showing up to court technically because he's on Zoom. Wouldn't come in. To court.
Rewind it just a little bit, because she started talking about he had a case in another county and they had to throw the whole thing out for some crazy reason.
And another pretrial, of course, this would be in person. Is that correct, Mr. Brownlee?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, Mr. Gopal, what you may or may not be aware of is Mr. Brownlee has a matter in the 25th District Court to which Judge Clifton had to recuse himself. The court was disqualified because of the named victim, that there was a conflict with the named victim. So that matter got reassigned to this court. So the very next day after December 12th, this court sat at the 25th District Court for Mr. Brownlee's case there. That was in person, never a question as to whether that was a Zoom or not, and he didn't show up for that one either. And so I had to sit for a case in Southgate today, and then Mr. Brownlee appeared on Zoom over there for an arraignment on his matter from the 25th District Court because Mr. Holmberg was already over there as the MIDC attorney. Now, Mr. Brownlee, where was it that you were at on December 20th when you zoomed in?
When I zoomed in for court, ma'am, I was at the Wyndham Gardens Hotel in Romulus, Michigan on Henry
Your
Road.
Honor, Mr. Brownlee, Your Honor, did you say the 20th or did you mean the 12th?
I'm sorry, the 12th. The 12th.
Thank you.
And that was my last day at that motel. After that, I was homeless for 2 days, and then finally I was able to reach out to my family and just beg them for help.
Okay, sir, let me be very clear to you. Let me be very clear. You may think I might be naive, an idiot, I don't know. But I'm very well aware that the Wyndham Garden does not have ceiling fans, nor do they have dark brown ceiling fans, nor do they have anything that is on the walls as such that you had on the walls in your background on that day. So let's be real. And where were you, sir?
I'm being honest with you. I don't know why you're making me or trying to make me think that I want you to think that you're naive or anything along those lines. I think of nothing but respect for you. And I'm being honest. To be completely fair with you today, I honestly wanted just to retract my not guilty plea, have a one-on-one negotiation with you just so we can get a global resolution in this case. And then that way, you know what I'm saying, it makes the court's life and my life easier.
Again, he's dodging it.
Move on and try to become a better person when I get out of jail. Knowing that I have another court case pending that will have restitution enabled. I understand that you don't like sentencing without an updated PSI.
So he's going all around the world.
Look, I know you want to fight with me, Your Honor, and I condolences to your your gullibility, but I would like a global resolution. I would like to
Yeah.
make amends so that when I walk the street tomorrow, I'm a better man than the man I was before. Now I understand if you feel this way, but at the same time, I must digress.
Now, I hope that right at the end of this spiel that she's letting him go off on, because she's such a bitch that she's letting him go off on, that she just asked the question again very nicely.
Although I wish for you to understand that if you would be willing to just accept my guilty plea for the driving while license suspended, loitering, and for the paraphernalia, I'm not asking anything from you except for it just for you to impose your disposition so that we can get this case cleared. Is leaving just the last to go.
So let me be very clear. Perhaps to your surprise, perhaps not, I don't know, but I contacted the Wyndham Garden Hotel because I wanted to confirm if in fact you were there. They would not confirm if you were there or not, but then I went one step further and asked if any of the rooms have ceiling fans. And the lady laughed at me and said, absolutely not. So you were not there. You were not at the Wyndham Garden in Romulus. So where were you? You want this court to believe you for credibility purposes when I'm assessing bond. Where were you?
I was at that building. There's two sets of hotels within the same parking structure. They just bought out the new one. I had got a week's stay, and the one over while they're renovating that's half done, that's the one I got. And I got a good rate on it for only $250 a month or $250 a week. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. My grandfather first
started $250 for the week at the Wyndham Garden.
Yes, when normally we were paying $325. And that was the best rate we were getting on Priceline.com. I'm telling you that I'm not lying to you. I have no reason to lie and buy a certain place that I
Plug.
I like that. Priceline. You get a Wyndham for a whole week for $250.
I mean, if I don't went to super.com, there's no telling I could have got for like $15 for the week.
Yeah. I'm being honest with you. I'm 100 with you. 100. And at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not trying to avert anything more with you. I really honestly wish you could allow me to, accept my guilty plea today so that we can just get this done and over with. I am clean. I'm not doing any drugs. I want to get my life in order. I want to eventually get out of this situation so I go back to work, try to help the girls pay the property taxes so we can at least get back into the home somehow.
Get the girls.
I got to do something responsible. To me, just accepting guilt and taking accountability today to you, that's the best I can do. Would you be willing to accept that I was driving while my license was suspended knowingly? I did have a chore boy, which was a part of a crack pipe in my person. And I was around somebody who did have drugs on them. And nobody made any promises or threats for me to make this today. This is honestly like the best I can to stand up and be an adult and take accountability for my actions. Please let me.
Yes, Your Honor. If the court wishes to have the plea withdrawn, allow him to enter that plea. I have not discussed this with him. I'm here only for his bond issue. But obviously, at this point, he can, I guess, do what he wishes with respect to that. If the court wishes to, he obviously knows all of his responsibilities. He also knows the consequences. And there's always the possibility that you may send him to jail for those violations. I don't think that I have the ability or even the authority, I'm using that word, to say he can't enter into a plea.
Okay, Mr. Brownlee, you'd like to enter into a plea. On all these matters, you want to enter into a plea of guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, raise your right hand.
What a turn of events.
We're about to give this penalty the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Kind of surprised that this B wouldn't
All right, would you like
make
the
him
opportunity to speak to
answer
your
it and own up to
attorney
it.
I know, right?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, add to count A, driving while unlicensed. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
As to count B, possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
Guilty as charged, Your Honor.
As to loitering or drugs or illegally kept, stored, or used, how do you plead?
Guilty as charged, Your Honor.
And you've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
I have.
You understand that you have the right to have a trial in this matter by entering into a plea, you will not have that trial.
I do.
You also understand that you have the right to have this matter set for a pretrial, sir. We don't have to enter into a plea today.
I do.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And knowing all that, you want to continue with your plea.
Correct. Nobody made me make any threats or promises for me to make this plea. It was
Oh, he's a little smart ass. He's quoting her.
of my own business.
Okay, and there aren't any immigration issues I recall from the last time. And okay, and so you're making this plea knowingly, voluntarily.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Mr.
No, I
Gopal,
want-
would you like me to
No, I-
budget your plea?
I was provided, Your Honor, I didn't mean to cut the court off. I was provided with a registration action, so I have the registration, so I know the dates.
Okay,
Mr. Brownley, on 11/30/23, were you driving without a valid driver's license? That was suspended.
I was.
He's waiting for his
And
you to get
on
there.
the same date and time, were you in the possession of drug paraphernalia?
Yes, sir.
And what was that drug paraphernalia?
It was a screen for a crack cocaine pipe.
Thank you. And were you loitering in a place where drugs?
Was it Chore Boy?
I was.
And you were aware that those drugs were being kept there, and you
Sold at all the
nevertheless
finer gas
loitered
stations.
in that location? Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Thank you. Been satisfied, Your Honor.
He's so smug.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. And while you were driving without a license, you knew you did not have a driver's license. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Been satisfied, Your Honor.
all right, the court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea on all counts. And counsel, are you asking for immediate sentencing, or would you like me to schedule this for sentencing?
Well, Your Honor,
I
I
guess
guess
immediate sentencing, Your Honor.
there you go, Your Honor. He would like immediate sentencing. And the court is obviously aware of the circumstances, having reviewed all of these matters.
Okay, what the court is also aware of is that Mr. Brownlee has been sentenced in this court to jail time for his possession the resisting obstructing an officer matter. It looks as though the possession was dismissed, and he was released from jail. If I recall correctly, it was about 5 to 7 days before this incident on November 30th. Would that be correct, sir?
It is, Your Honor. I'm at your disposal 100% for whatever you feel is fair and fit for me to get into the next step for myself.
Okay, and then Mr. Brownlee is arrested, and again with drug paraphernalia, and with two of the 3 individuals he was with were also with him at the last time that he had his matter with the possession and the resisting and obstructing. And so based upon that recent conviction and jail time, and as well as Mr. Brownlee's criminal history, this court is going to sentence Mr. Brownlee to 93 days jail, which is the maximum that this court can sentence him to.
So that's the max.
And I received the credit
Okay.
from the
But
the 30th to the point in time that I had bonded out.
Does he have to serve it?
We would be asking for that, Your Honor.
No,
Credit for that time served that he's been.
quiet.
I like how he had to bring it up, by the way, Brownlee,
Mhm.
before his
You get
Attorney
credit for
did.
6 days, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
6 days. So 6 days.
And Your Honor, those are 93 days on each matter to run concurrent.
Well, we're waiting.
93 days each counts.
Oh, how many counts?
Like 3, but they're going to run concurrent.
Right.
Court will order that as concurrent.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Consecutively would have been great, but
Right, but
in fairness, I mean, the old B word does have a heart.
Yes, sir.
Is there any way that you would make
Ah!
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
He pulled the clicker out and cut him off.
you just cut him off? Did he press the red button?
Yeah, where, okay, hold on, he's back through here.
See, the guy behind him's got the remote in his hand.
Yeah, he does.
happen on our end?
Okay, I'm sorry, what was that, sir?
Okay, my question was for you, is there any way that you'd be able to extend yourself in terms for, would you allow a monetary exchange for the days that I would have to serve? Maybe half, where I would maybe get a 45 days reduced if I would be willing to or able to pay $500? Something to that effect?
Absolutely not, sir, we're not bargaining. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
Yes, ma'am.
Perhaps,
I mean,
perhaps.
The
you may
balls.
For treatment while you're in
Balls.
custody. Because
Holy
you weren't even out
shit.
a week and you have the same type of offense.
I-
So, no, there's no bartering. There's no money in exchange for not going to jail. No. And in fact, the court's suspending your fines and costs, so you don't even have to worry about that.
wow.
I understand. It was just a simple question. I did not mean to disrespect you.
He's so indigent. He's going to break out with 500 bones, man.
Right.
Thank you.
So,
$5 hot and ready, my ass.
have a good day, off the record.
And Your Honor, as I said earlier today, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
And that's wow. What a stunning couple of people we had today.
And if you guys enjoyed how we brought that all together, you know, that kind of thing, if you like that sort of format that we had today, let us know in the comments. We would appreciate that.
I like it. I like how you get kind of the whole,
Get the whole story.
yeah, I get the whole story.
Thank you to Creed's favorite channel, Flying Monkey One, for the courtesy of those videos.
Yes. Awesome.
Creed's all-time fave.
Speaking of Creed's all-time fave, Thirsty Thursday today at 4:05 East. We'll see you then. The Ceiling Fan Express, some thank you. Chug with them big gifts. Sue with some big and love. Gary, Tiny Piggy. Nancy with some gifts. I'll go for Lisa. Mr. Tad, thank you all.
We
Appreciate
got
it.
respect I put on his name. You're not calling me a B word. Necessary slot.
No, sirree, absolutely not. No, Creed's been very, very, very ill. Amazing that I just made it through that 54 minutes, and hopefully we can make it one more hour.
Nobody tell Creed it was really 59 minutes.
Oh,
All right, guys.
I'm off by 5 minutes.
That's all right. That's how sick he is. You guys do us a favor, like the video if you haven't done so already. Share it. Please share our videos with others. Go back, watch some of the older videos. Get an idea for the lore. Be in on all the inside jokes. Become a member of this incredible community we have. Until the next time, stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned, because these top guys like to do do it from the top. Top rope daddy.